Alright YouTube, today's video is going to be changing out the brake pads on the Mustang. So here's everything I'm going to be using, and then I'll show you the individual wrenches that we're going to need on this job. Alright, so first of all I just want to show you guys inside the car. We have the parking brake engaged, and then I also have it put into first gear. So that way this isn't going to roll around on me. You definitely don't want the car moving. First we'll loosen up these bolts. Not taking them all the way off. Just getting them loose. Because once the wheel's up in the air, I'm not going to be able to get those loose. Now that these are all loose, change our attention to jacking the car up. So we have a jack point right here. There's a little arrow on the Mustang. It's pretty nice. It shows you exactly where you need to put it. And then you just kind of look underneath and line it up. Now that the wheel is jacked up, we'll go ahead and take the lug nuts the rest of the way off. It's nice to have something handy to keep all your bolts in. Put the bolts and slide your wheel. Then, as a little extra precaution, it doesn't hurt to slide the wheel underneath the car in case the jack fails. So that way it doesn't fall on you. Okay guys, so next we need to separate the caliper right here from this bracket. So what we're going to do that is a little bolt right here, and then there's the same bolt all the way down the bottom. Ooh, right there. So we're going to take those off, and that's going to allow us to remove the caliper. Alright, and then I'm going to be using a 12mm socket on a socket wrench. You can use a regular hand wrench as well to do this. Loosen these bolts out. Throw them in your socket. And then just slide the caliper off. Gonna have to use a little bit of force. They're on there pretty good sometimes. And then set this somewhere in the back where it's not dangling. You don't want to damage the hose that connects your brake line to your caliper. So now we can just pop the old pads out. And these aren't too bad, but I just want to do the video anyway and change them out. Alright, we got both pads removed. Take some handy dandy brake cleaner and spray it down. So your new pads will come with new clips. Make sure when you put these clips in that this flat side goes on the side of the pad that makes contact with the rotor. Do the same thing on the back side. Move all these clips, replace them with the new ones. I lost one. Take your new brake pad and just slide it on in. Line up right. So this one's the tricky one. Kind of line up like this in both of the holes, and then it just kind of snaps into place. Boom, just like that. And I did just realize these clips are oriented differently for the different sides, so just make sure you're getting the flat side, the short side, on the side in between the pad and the rotor, in between the pad and the rotor. And then here's a close-up of the clip, the bracket, and the pad all lined up together. You can see there's the springy side that sticks out a little bit more. That's got to be on this outside area. And then the flat side goes in here. Same thing with the bottom piece. Little spring side, flat side's in there. And then this is what that looks like when it's flush. Flush meaning this is all smooth right here. It doesn't stick out. Got it? Alright guys, so for our next step, we've got our pads on. So now we need to push the calipers, the pistons, back into the calipers so they can fit over our brand new brake pads. Because the pistons were set to squeeze the old ones right now. So now we've got to do that the way I do that. I'm going to grab one of our old pads. Place it across those. Take a C-clamp. So I've done one side. Move it to the other. Kind of tight space. It's always a little difficult to do, especially with the camera anyway. Alright, and since our pistons are compressed, we can go ahead and put the caliper back on. Might be a little bit of a tight squeeze. The caliper's back on. Go ahead and line up your bolts. The top and the bottom, just like we took off. I have to play with the caliper a little bit to get it lined up. And once you've got your bolts threaded, go ahead and tighten them back down. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a torque wrench, so I can't specifically torque these down, but I'm going to make sure they're nice and tight and snug where they're not going to be falling out. I'm not going to over tighten them, but tight enough where they're not going to vibrate loose. And that is your front brake pads replaced on a 2013 Mustang V6. Process is extremely similar for just about every single vehicle. Line that bad boy up. Since there's aftermarket lug nuts for the aftermarket wheels, I'm going to get one primed and ready in the key. Here, use my feet to just kind of lift and adjust where we need to go. Start out here, one bolt ready. Go in a star pattern. Across, getting them hand tight. Across from here. Cross. Long pattern. Boom, boom, boom. And start getting these guys tight again. In the same pattern. Alright, since we have the wheel back on, go ahead and lower that back down. And then we're going to tighten these bolts back down. Or, look at that. Doing the crisscross pattern. Okay, last but not least, we're going to check brake fluid levels. We're looking pretty gosh darn good. We can top off just a little bit. Always make sure the brake fluid is compatible with your make and model. This is okay to fill since we just replaced our pads. So this is going to be like the furthest apart the calipers are ever going to be, so that all that fluid's going to get compressed as soon as we start pressing on the brakes now. That's sure that's back down tight, and we're ready to give it a test.